Hey guys, and welcome to New York Fit Body Boot Camp. My name is Butch Nieves, I'm the owner, and this is Crystal, one of my top coaches. We're here today just to orientate you with some of the basic exercises that you'll be performing in boot camp at the beginning. We just want to go over some of the basic movements so you know exactly where your head and hand position and feet position should be, so it's a little bit more comfortable at the beginning and you understand what you're getting into. Okay, fair enough? Good, here we go. So you ready to do this?
Yes.
All right, so we're going to do the basic squat. That's one of the most fundamental exercises that you'll learn, and we have different levels and different variations of that, but we're going to keep with the real basic squat. So the number one thing you need to remember is you always want to keep your ear over your shoulder and your shoulder over your hip. You want to keep that alignment as much as we can. At the beginning, if you're first starting to get in shape, it might be a little bit difficult, but we're going to do the best we can. So Chris is going to have her feet shoulder width. She's going to be looking straight ahead. She never wants us to look down to the mat. And she's going to simply just hinge her hips back a little bit as she breaks her knees and comes all the way down. Or actually bends her knees, not breaks her knees, right? So we're going to go all the way down, squat, and come right back up. I like putting her hands in front, just the way she's doing it, to add a little bit of balance, just to add a little balance. Now keep in mind, your range of motion might be limited. So if you only do a quarter squat, just go a quarter squat and come right back up. That's fine, wherever you feel comfortable. We don't want you to get crippled your first workout, okay? The next movement from that is sometimes we might do a little bit of more advanced, which we call a jump squat. Now the most important part of the jump squat is keeping your knees soft, what we call. So she's gonna squat down, and she's gonna hop up a little bit, and squat down and jump. Now remember, see how her knees bend immediately? What she doesn't wanna do is this, okay? You're gonna stop, and then bend those knees. That's really tough on the joints. You don't wanna do that. Okay, so you want to go at your level, wherever you feel comfortable with, okay? Now again, you don't have to jump. What she can do is come up and just spike her calves. And spike her calves. That's equally as good too, just so you know. All right? The second exercise we want to go over is the front lunge. The front lunge. Again, her hands, her shoulder width. Come all the way back and go to the other side. Right? She's going to go right to left in most cases. Now what's important, cameraman, come on to the side. What's really important is that her knee doesn't go over her toe. Right? And she could put her hands on her thigh for balance if need be and stand right back up and go to the other side. That's what's really, really important. What we don't want to see is your knee coming over that toe. That's really bad for the knee joint. Again, you can go to your limited range of motion, so if you can't squat down, that's fine until you feel more comfortable and you get a little bit stronger. Remember, the back leg is what we call the trail leg. So that's the leg that you want to bend. Keep that in mind. Okay? We also commonly do a rear lunge. So when she's going to step behind, the same thing. We want to keep that knee behind my toe, her knee below her hip, straight away. There you go. And she goes slow and controlled. There's nothing speed. We don't want any kind of speed. Speed's your enemy in the gym. The next exercise we're going to do, which is really, really common, is called the burpee. Right? A lot of variations. We're going to stick to one basic variation. And you might hear our coaches say, hey, level 1 burpee. Level 1 burpee. So what she's going to do is put her feet a little bit wider this time. She's going to squat down, put her hands onto the floor, throw her feet both back, down into a plank, jump forward again, head up, and stand up straight. That's it. That's a level 1 burpee. All right, down the road there's jumps and there's push-ups in there and all that stuff, but right now, level 1 burpee. Now, if you can't do that level 1 burpee like that, put one hand on the floor, other hand on the floor, one leg is back, other leg is back, front leg forward, back, and you stand straight up. That's another version you can do the burpee. We could also elevate your hand position if we need to. You could ask one of the coaches, we'll get you a step and you can elevate it, right? Another exercise that's really common is a regular jumping jack. Believe it or not, a lot of people do the jumping jack wrong. We want to make sure that we get that full range of motion with hands and legs. So she's going to touch her fingertips at the top and come down. Now we do this one a lot, and sometimes we might get up to 50 to 60 jumping jacks. So when it gets a little bit tired, instead of just stopping, you can do what we call a side step. Side step. Both hands together. Both hands together. There you go. That's a side step. Anybody can perform that. That gets a little bit more difficult. So far, so good? So far, so good? We go to a push-up. Push-up. Now her hands are directly beneath her shoulders. That's really, really important. Her legs are shoulder width again, and her body's in perfect plank. She's not dropping her hips. And she's not, right? If you drop your hips for a minute, she's not dropping her hips like that. She's keeping them up like that. Her butt isn't sticking up too high. We don't want that. We want to keep it right here as best we can. Right? So she's going to do a regular push-up. Good. That's an awesome, strong push-up. She's in great shape. But let's say, again, you're just starting out. So you're going to drop your knees to the mat. You're going to cross your feet so we get a better pivot point. Pick your feet up a little bit. Drop your hips just a tiny bit, and that's it. Lower her body. That's the range of motion that we want to try to do. All right, we don't want to stick that butt up in the air. That's going to change the whole dynamic of the exercise, and it's not going to get you the benefit. Even if she can't make it all the way down, come down halfway, all the way up, that's fine at the beginning. Remember, you're just starting out, and that's what you're here for, to get in shape. All right, the other one is the high plank. High plank, right? And she'll keep her feet really close together if she can, to make it a little bit more difficult, or she can go a little wider to make it easier and make it more comfortable, especially at the beginning. Then there's the low plank. Low plank, she goes on her elbows. Again, her elbows are directly beneath her shoulders. Her feet are shoulder width, and you can go from that position, which is an awesome position, really well. Good, excellent. Now we go into mountain climbers, another basic one. This one gets a little bit more tricky, right? And she's gonna bring one knee in and push the other knee out. Now she wants it when you touch the mat on the back, her toe is gonna stay up high. So this is not gonna touch, right? You're gonna run it. There you go, and you're gonna run it. Fantastic. Now, if you can't do that, obviously, it's a little bit tough. You're gonna just step your foot forward and step your foot back. That's the beginner version right there, until you feel more comfortable and you get stronger with your exercising.